Hello, my wonderful friends. Mega's here on a beautiful evening in the library. I got Princess and Tinkum, and we're going to talk about books from a dog's perspective. I'm so excited. I got some classics here. I've got Call of the Wild, and this is a beaut. The Art of Racing in the Rain, and then, of course, the OG. We got Anna Karenina, Leo Tolstoy. And real quick before we get to these amazing books, I want to do a little trivia. How well do you guys know Megas? What warm beverage do you think I have in this cup? Is it A, and go to the comments and tell me, is it A, alcohol? Is it B, blood? Is it C? I can't even say C with a serious face. Is it herbal tea? Or is it D, hot cocoa and marshmallows? Come on, go to the comments, let me know. What is your favorite warm beverage when you're reading? So I want to start with Call of the Wild because this has such an influence in my life. I grew up in Southern California. I read this book and I pestered my parents until we could move to the mountains. I wanted to live this life. I wanted a dog named Buck. And my God, I got it. It's like one of those, if you can dream it, you can achieve it, right? I set a goal and I got it. And we got up there. Now, my life was nothing like Buck in this book here. I was so spoiled, guys. We lived on Lake Arrowhead. My neighbors were rock stars and movie stars. I met the most amazing people with my dog, Buck. Patrick Swayze. What a beautiful soul. I got to hang out with him and talk about dogs and sailing, two of my all-time favorite things. He loved his dogs so much, and he could paint such a beautiful picture of sailing. He told me, like, when he would start to get just stressed out, he would go out into the middle of the lake and lower the sails and just lay there and meditate, and so peaceful. You know, another famous, I feel like I'm name dropping here, a famous neighbor I had was Jeff Franklin. He was the producer of Full House. And remember Comet? So Jeff Franklin loved golden retrievers. And my dog Buck used to play with his golden retrievers. Another good soul. I remember the first time he walked over to meet me, I was out playing with Buck. And Buck was a wild dog. She was just covered in mud. And she ran up and just paws right on his nice clean shirt. He didn't even care. He's a dog lover. He gets it. A sweet soul. So this book, I mean, it changed. I always talk about how books can change your life. If I hadn't read this, I would have never wanted to leave, the valley and move up to the mountains. I wouldn't have pestered my parents till they gave in. And then they loved it too, But this book, I think the main thing I got from this is that Buck, his spirit couldn't be broken. He was raised up in California, got dog napped and sent off to a harsh life in Alaska. But they couldn't break him, and he actually grew and rose to the challenge. And it's quite inspiring. It is it's not a happy read, but it's an adventurous, fun read. Oh man, The Art of Racing in the Rain. Now, if you're a sissy boy, you might cry when you read this. I'm not going to tell you if I did or not. Oh my God, though. You'll fall in love with this dog, Enzo, and you see the life through his eyes, and we can learn so much from dogs. We learn about humanity from the dog's observations of us. I think it's a beautiful idea for a story. And then the loyalty between Denny and Enzo. The older I get, what's important to me? Kindness and loyalty. And Enzo has this, in spades. He is the embodiment of kindness and loyalty. And then also something that I thought was so beautiful, when it came time for him to die, he wasn't worried because of his belief system. He believed he's going to be reincarnated as a human, and it brought him such peace. And I thought that is so beautiful. Our beliefs really do make our world. And even for a dog. The OG here, I got to talk about. The first time I ever saw, Tolstoy, he wrote from that God perspective where he could get into everyone's head. So that's why you felt so much, because you felt everything they're thinking and feeling. And he gets into a dog's head. It's a hunting scene. And the dog's thinking, if these humans would just leave me alone for 1 minute, we'd already have birds by now. If they just let me do my job, I know what I'm doing. I read it a couple times. What happening is what I think is happening. The dog is thinking this. And it was just Tolstoy brilliance. I loved it so much. What do you think, Tinkum and Princess? Is that some good books? Yeah, they give it a thumbs up. Yep, Princess likes that. That's some good reading right there. All right, guys, I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you next time.